Okay, here. So, just want to make a quick video lesson, reviewing the week. Um, let's just start off with here. I got my trades here. 9 for 14 on the week. Honestly, just grateful I'm even green. I should be red 2 these days at least. This day probably. I got really lucky on Thursday. I was not down 2-3,000. We'll get into it, but walked away green was somehow around 65% win rate. Just yeah, I'm glad I'm still taking my account to new highs. Nothing crazy, but we're itching our way up. And yeah, right now we're at 37 200. Yeah. So okay, let's get into it. Early in the week, Osat. Tuesday was my trade. We had a breakout here over the high sevens, super low float. This sector was kind of running that day. So yeah, I thought I could run since, as we saw here, we had some range after the 8. I was thinking it's 12, maybe 13. That did not happen. So I took some losses early on, playing as a pre-market high break, seeing the end open price, seeing how it failed here, and it reclaimed with some decent volume. In hindsight, really nothing spectacular, this bottoming. And then it's just met with just resistance, a lot of selling. So that's my fault for playing this with size. And then late day, I see that it fails to break down. I get back in around the open price, and that time it takes off. And so that was that for that day. Just playing this whole week really has just been playing catch up. I mess it up all in the morning or overnight, and then get it all back intraday, or yeah, just by a few hundred, as we saw. Pbts, that was a nice one. Okay, go. Oh, so it's a decent spiker today. Wait. Oh, wait. Yeah. Is that off? I think that was, yeah, that was off. Okay, that was the day I traded. Okay, so information technology sector, hot sector, not low float, but it was doing good volume. As we can see here, it did rotate the float on this green day. Breakout over the 280s, what I was looking for, really. And that's what we got. We had this nice spike in the morning. Could have been a nice high daybreak pattern, and then it just took off from there. And I was buying up in here. Seems like it's way off from the bottom here, which kind of is. Could have probably consolidated more. Was waiting for some more consolidation, but it decided to take off. Solid play, 295 to 345. Yeah, this one was, in my opinion, a lot better than OSAT, considering the sector and kind of the pattern. This is something I'm still working on, the open price play. So yeah, we just had here, it was just simply a failure to break down and capturing a short squeeze. And here, yes, it's also kind of like essentially what we're doing, but I just felt more comfortable since it's a breakout play. So that's kind of that. I just felt like the odds were more in my favor, and already made up my loss on OSAT. So Pbts took me over into green, so that felt good. And then we got Xela was one heck of a mess all week. Okay. This one lost a lot of money and then made a lot of money on it. Literally every single day this week, pretty much. Missed it here. Didn't really like it too much as a high day break here. Didn't really feel too comfortable with it. Regretted that. Oh, let's just show you here what we're working with. At first, we were kind of working with a multi-day bounce. Didn't really fit the criteria because it never really took off. It is also in the information technology sector, and there's also a low float. So it was kind of ridiculous that it had a difficult time to run. After each time it broke out, it really just got stuffed. Just so much resistance. So was probably better off completely ignoring it this week. So here, like a dummy, I get in after hours, and then we get a little gap up. Pre-market just nothing. It just fails. And then from there, my plan essentially was red to green move, because the red to green move and previous high day break were a penny apart. So I thought we got some strong resistance at that level. So if we could break that level, we could really get a squeeze. We got a choppy play here, but I was patient. I played this very well here. Overnight trade was horrible, but slowly sized in here over 268, which was the red to green move. Held the key level, the support, really well, and VWAP, and then it just slowly grinded. Volume finally came in, and that's when it kind of took off, and I decided to sell. And at this point, it was a breakout over the low threes, so I thought, low float, holding up near the highs, breaking out, confirming the breakout. We got this uptrend into the close throughout the whole day, really, besides the morning. Thought we were looking good. Nope. Big loss in the morning. Ended up ripping right back the second it opened. And my plan again, once I sold here, was to take the red to green move again. And that worked out exactly fine for me. Over 329. It wasn't anything great. It was exhausting. Just again going through this whole mess and choppiness again, just for like 10-15%. Nothing crazy. And that was kind of it for me. Once I saw this, I completely ignored it today. Nothing exciting. IPW. This one was a mistake of mine, taking this one after hours, literally right near the highs. I saw this huge volume day, low float. It is a sympathy play to Negg, so I thought we were gonna take off. Seeing this one over the past week, really strong movement. Now we're gonna be looking for a multi-day bounce on this after it bottoms out. And we have set. Yeah, we have set. Kind of did the move today, but if we get some more fading, yeah, I wouldn't mind. Maybe we'll go for another breakout. But yeah, not the point. Sympathy play, IPW, sympathy play. Thought we were going to get a solid gap up and whatnot. Nope. Another decent loss. This one was about 700. In the mid 8s. Got out in the high 6s. Not that great. Only 500 shares. And then with that, there was DBGI. Similar thinking. Except this one, we have also a low float and a breakout over the 7.5 level, which would take it to all-time highs. So I thought the momentum was really kind of in my favor here, being a sympathy play, low float, near getting to the all-time highs. Yeah, no. Except I luckily, somehow, emotionally did not sell. It went right below the red-green level, but it just held, and it just crept back up. And I don't know why I wasn't selling. Usually I would be selling into this mess. And then it just took off, came back. I doubled my size, My average ended up being 677. Initially it was 656. And then took it from that and then sold into the mess here pre-market. Make it more clear. At 785. And then, yeah, that was that. Just huge sigh of relief that I did not take. At one point, I was down like 3,200. That was including this one unrealized. So really was down like 2,000 something, or close to it. And then, yeah, this one brought it right back up. Right back near to red green. I was probably still down like a few hundred on the day. Until we got, was it Xela? Oh yeah, it was Xela. That was the one that fixed it up. I just went over that one. It was this one. This one took me into green, so that was very nice. And then today, we have this parabolic move, 600+% spike or so. Only had my starter. Only took it for $2, 438 to 640. It was just a previous high of daybreak, intraday high of daybreak. On the daily chart, we have a multi-month, multi-year high. It did not have a low float, but the volume, as you can see, was just coming in. It was no problem. There was just a lot of buying force behind it, so shot it up. Didn't really matter. And it was also, this is also in the information technology sector, so that was just a beautiful little play. But a little annoyed I didn't get my full size. It didn't consolidate more. But what are you gonna do? Sometimes it happens. If I just really just held and ignored it, would have made probably more than if I would have sized up and taken my dollar snipe on this or whatnot. What would have probably happened. But yeah, this one was really simple, easy, combining patterns on a Friday with insane volume, going to new highs in like 8 years or so. So this one had a lot of good things going for it. It won the battle of tug of war there. So that was that. And I also had, which one? MTSL, which is a sympathy play, spiking because of just the momentum going on. I took it here after hours. It's a breakout over this level in the high fives. This one is a low float, so I was really hoping for a much bigger squeeze, honestly. But I did recognize we do have this resistance in the mid sixes. I was thinking it might squeeze past that and just chuck along to the mid to high sevens. Didn't happen, but I took my small position here, just 200 shares, 540. Took it, got real lucky. I just decided to take $1 a share because I ended up getting 640 exactly and got me out. And then it went through this mess. I would have been annoyed. But yeah, so that was my week. There were a couple other plays. Really the main plays on the week that I'll go over now. So we have SGOC, which I went over. Insane mover. We're going to wait for a red day now and wait for the multi-day bounce. We had NEGG. Just an insane spiker here. So just, yeah, towards the end here you can see the volume got exhausted and went parabolic. I don't know if it's going to break that. We'll see what happens. I missed out on the multi-day bounce here in the morning. Solid move. Just didn't consolidate long enough for me. I just wanted a few more minutes before I would jump into it. Unfortunate, but what are you going to do? SGOC replaced it. But yeah, this was a killer move this whole week. Yeah, this previous high daybreak straight out of my watch list was nice. And other one was Carv. That one was also annoying because I missed my execution in the low 19s and just took off. It was just taken off, and I was just too late. And that was a very nice short squeeze. Let me show the daily here. It was just a breakout. Didn't really like the sector, but you can see the volume was just insane, or sorry, the float is just insanely low. The volume is insanely high, and yeah, just a simple pre-market high break was what I was going for, combined with a breakout here, heading to multi-year highs. Or this one was, yeah, close to multi-year. But then after that, once it took off past 23, yeah. After that, we didn't see until what, past 8 years or so. We didn't see these numbers, so these prices. So another play with a lot of things going for it, being a low, supply and demand. The other one did not have a low float. Or no, which one was it? Jesus Christ. Yeah, this one, SGOC. But it's not always just about the float. Really focus on the demand too. If the volume is there, the price action is strong. It's breaking and holding key levels. Yeah, still another hot week here. Didn't really emphasize at all as we went through how I traded things. We had a day off as well, so we had this extra day. Probably could have fixed things up. Been over 2,500 maybe on the week, but oh well. It is what it is. Now we're just going to focus on the next 3 weeks and finish the month strong. Just want to go over these plays here for the week and share some lessons, some mistakes. As we can see, I got very emotional. I over traded early on, just kind of thinking everything was going to go up. Just really kind of just rookie thinking. So just need to get rid of that. Focus on plays like SGOC, Carv, Negg. If you just take one trade a day, that's 3 trades. They all would have been paid off for a lot in just the 1 week. You didn't need to trade Tuesday. Pbts was nice actually. Yeah, there's been a play once a day, so there's no need to overtrade. Just be patient, wait for the right move, and the market's providing. You just gotta really control your emotions. That's kind of the game we're playing. So yeah, that's the week.